for 47 years, the Community College of Rhode Island has been providing continuous education to the state of Rhode Island with nearly 18,000 students on our 4 campuses across the state. We have our second highest enrollment, and we are the largest community college in all of New England. We're offering associate degrees and opportunities for transferring, as well as workforce development programs. Part of our mission is to provide affordable, open access to higher education. We also strive to respond to community needs and contribute to our state's economic development and region's workforce. A critical component of fulfilling our mission is providing access to technology and teaching our community of students, faculty, and staff how to use it to their advantage to build a better future. We believe that understanding and embracing technology for a 21st century higher education institution is a strategic imperative. Ocean's leadership of the Broadband Technology Opportunities Program, also known as BTOP, is a wonderful initiative for the citizens of Rhode Island and the 3 institutions of public higher education in particular. This project is a perfect example of what can happen when the federal government, state government, higher education, healthcare, and the private sector all come together to solve complex problems. Preparing our students for the workplace of tomorrow and the challenges of a globalized economy require cutting-edge technology and networks. BTOP will help us meet those challenges. Whether it is a researcher in a lab, a faculty member using technology in a classroom, or administrators using enterprise planning systems to make our organizations more efficient, BTOP will enhance our capacity to use technology to innovate, educate, and prepare Rhode Island citizens for the jobs of tomorrow. Thank you to Ocean and the many partners who have come together to connect Rhode Islanders through this project. On behalf of the Community College of Rhode Island and the state's system of higher education, we are a very proud participant. It now is truly my pleasure to introduce one of our stars, one of our own, one of our alums, and that is the Master of Ceremonies today, George Loftus. George is President and CEO of Ocean, a nonprofit coalition of universities, hospitals, government agencies, and nonprofit organizations which provide innovative internet-based technology solutions. As I said, George was just inducted into our Society of Knights, which is the highest honor we can bestow on one of our alums. It is truly through his understanding and helping us that the community college's role in the state is beginning to grow, and his influence in helping the state's economy is going to make a huge difference. We are extremely proud this morning that one of our own is making such a significant impact on the local community. Please join me in welcoming George Loftus. George?
Thank you. That's Sir George to you, Ray. Well, it's good to be back here at my alma mater, and it's also great to see so many people here today. I know we've worked with just about all of you over the past 1.5 to 2 years to bring us to this day and to bring this project to fruition. We want to thank you, President Pasquale. You know, he's one of our state's greatest assets. Since 2006, doing a great job in bringing the academic rigor to CCRI, but also making it a stalwart in workforce development and helping to prepare our students and our citizens for the jobs of the future. And that's what we're talking about here today. Increase in the knowledge economy, increase in knowledge jobs, and also in our education spectrum, all the way from pre-K-12 to graduate school and research. In 2009, the Rhode Island Board of Governors for Higher Education also appointed Ray to be the Commissioner of Higher Education for the state of Rhode Island. So that's a typical Rhode Island thing. You got to work 2 or 3 jobs, you know, to make everything work. But we're very proud of Ray. We really are. And I promise you this will be one of the first sites that we bring online with the Beacon 2.0 project. A little favoritism to my alma mater. We're here today to launch the installation of a new cyber infrastructure throughout the state of Rhode Island. It's going to have a presence in every single city and town, except New Shoreham, except Block Island, unfortunately. I think you'll understand why. It's going to provide enhanced access and high-capacity broadband, which is absolutely essential for economic growth in today's economy. We're going to install over 385 miles of cable. That's over 30 of these cables, 70 of these cables that you see in front of you. That's a 5-mile run there. It's going to be named the Beacon 2.0 project, and it's all made possible through a $21.7 million federal stimulus grant that's also being matched with $10.7 million in private funds. We're honored today to have Senator Jack Reed and Senator Sheldon Whitehouse with us at this important event. It's through their diligence and hard work and support through the entire process that this came to be a reality. Because of their support and vision, Rhode Island institutions, including schools, libraries, hospitals, government offices, police departments, and colleges and universities will be able to utilize this high-capacity broadband at significant savings. While every Rhode Islander will be impacted by this internet access and capacity, Jack Reed has been someone who's focused on the libraries, and if you've been in a library lately, you'll know that they are at the forefront of bringing broadband to the citizens of Rhode Island. And Jack's always been a leader and a thought leader on libraries and how to move them forward, and his great support will really come to fruition with our efforts to bring increased broadband to libraries today. I'd like to introduce Senator Jack Reed.
Thanks so much, George. It's a great pleasure to be here with my colleague, Senator Whitehouse, Governor Chafee, Lieutenant Governor Roberts, President D. Pasquale. I also want to recognize Mark Scott from Cox Business, because this is truly a public-private partnership. As George pointed out, about $20 million of Recovery Act funding that's going to go and invest in the long-term productivity of the state of Rhode Island, matched with private contributions, matched with state contributions. This is going to be, I think, a long-time benefit to the state of Rhode Island. This fiber optic network will bring us really into this new technological era. Right now, only 25% of high schools in Rhode Island have this broadband capacity. At the end, every high school will have this capacity. And as George pointed out too, I've been very, very active in terms of making sure libraries are part of this new revolution and access through computers. You cannot get a job today by going up to the window of the hiring hall and filling out the clipboard and passing it over the bar. You've got to go to a computer. For most people, low-income people particularly, that means going to the library. Go to any library, and there'll be people sitting there looking at the magazines, etc. But the line out the door is for the computer room. And it's not just checking email and checking on the sales. It's applying for work. It's looking for work. It's being part of this new electronic community. Ocean has done a superb job. One of the programs that they're monitoring is the installation of 600 new computers and printers in libraries throughout the state. So thank you for that too, George. I think the best sort of notion is where we are, is we're on the precipice really of a complete revolution that is akin to something that's happened in the past. And the Federal Communications Commission said it very, very well. Like electricity a century ago, broadband is the foundation for economic growth, job creation, global competitiveness, and a better way of life. It is enabling an entire new industries and unlocking the vast new possibilities for existing ones. It is changing how we educate our children, deliver health care, manage energy, ensure public safety, engage government and access, organize and disseminate knowledge. It's as if we were standing back here in 1870 thanking Mr. Edison for allowing us to electrify the state of Rhode Island. We are now moving forward in a new age with new tools and new productivity. To Ocean, to Cox, to the state, to my colleagues in the federal government, thank you for giving us this chance to be part of this new next great technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Reed. Our next speaker will be Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. Competing for this federal stimulus grant, we had to make the case that even though we're a small state and a state that does have a competitive telecom market, it was also a state that needed to make sure that the service is accessible and affordable, particularly for our nonprofits such as libraries, schools, and hospitals. Senator Whitehouse, who recognized that need, worked very hard with us to secure this grant. As you all know, Senator Whitehouse has been a leader involved in and a staunch supporter in the use of technology in healthcare, and I think his support for this effort just is another example of that. Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you, George, and thank you, everyone, for being here. I want to acknowledge my wonderful senior Senator Jack Reed, as well as our governor and lieutenant governor and Mayor Lombardi and President Di Pasquale and President Carullo and Tom Kader representing the Senate here. This is an exciting day. The numbers are pretty impressive. More than $20 million worth of work is going to be going out. More than 210 jobs are going to be created, and nearly 350 miles of this stuff is going to be laid around Rhode Island to connect our centers of knowledge with each other to help build that key progress infrastructure for our state. The project alone is pretty exciting, but what's even more exciting about it is once it's built, it is a doorway. And it is a doorway to some very exciting projects in the future. One of them, as George mentioned, is health information technology. Rhode Island is recognized as a national leader on health information technology. We've already received nearly $30 million in grants to grow our health information infrastructure. That is really the way in which we're going to get our arms around the healthcare costs that are bedeviling not only Medicare and Medicaid, but private competitive industries alike. And it is also a structure here, the ocean broadband, that is going to allow us to compete on something that Congressman Langevin is very excited about, and that is pushing up Rhode Island's role in our cybersecurity infrastructure with jobs in this new arena and making sure that the very best we do to protect our cyber infrastructure in this country comes from Rhode Island. And all of that kind of stuff, whether it's trying to get your MRI from one hospital to another, or whether it's trying to make sure that the high-tech, high-density computer work that's necessary to compete effectively in cybersecurity can connect from Newark to URI to Brown University to our other universities. This network, this spine, is going to be critical to allowing that to happen. So today, an important doorway opens, and I'm very, very pleased to be with you, and particularly with our significant officials here like Governor Chafee and Lieutenant Governor Roberts, who clearly recognize the importance of this. So thank you all very much. Congratulations, George, to Ocean and to Beacon 2.0.